Let's Up the Score, episode 7. We're going to talk about the Shadur Sanders preseason start tonight. And we're going to talk about the best college helmets in college football. And plus, what athlete, what sport would you like to play in if you wasn't your regular 9-to-5 job? Fans comment on that. That would be a good discussion too. Well, first thing first, we're going to talk about Shadur, first start in Charlotte today. What do I expect from him? Basically, since he's playing maybe 3/4 of the game, I expected him to do. I'm pretty sure he's gonna play. I think he's gonna play with the first string, a little bit of first string. He's gonna mostly play second and third string. If he pops off today against Charlotte, that means he did his due diligence, stay in the playbook. You know, he wasn't playing around, and plus he's shown that he could play in the NFL. And like I said, the biggest thing to me is he got blocked out the noise pretty much. It's just you in the field. I'm thinking for myself, I'm rooting for him. I'm thinking he's gonna do pretty well. I'm expecting a few sacks and his nerves, his jitters and stuff. Why I think he would do well in his first game, and plus he got to put it on tape just in case he gets released, like teams like the Saints and the Rams and other quarterback needy places. He does well in this game. Like I said, he's gonna put it on tape, and plus it will help him out in the depth chart in Cleveland. Flacco is going to be the day one starter at the beginning of the season, so he might, if he do stay on the team, he ain't probably going to see no starting until probably like week 5 or something like that. Maybe earlier, but we'll see. But another thing too about it too is that it doesn't help Dylan Gabriel or Kenneth Pickett if he does well, because that's going to kind of set him back. Plus, then the Gabriel, because if Dylan keeps continuing getting hurt or he does bad in practice or during preseason games, he might be on the way out the door too. Snoop is there. Tyler Huntley is just there just to fill another replacement for just in case. He's just an emergency quarterback for that game, plus an emergency quarterback for the next couple preseason games, because just in case Shadur gets hurt, knocking on wood, that does not happen. Another thing about it too, like I said, just in case Dylan or Kenny Pickett get hurt in practice, he's there. Flacco gonna get some playing. I don't think Flacco ain't gonna play, but I'm definitely he gonna start the first couple of games of the season. But like I said, I'm thinking that Shadur will. I think he will do against Carolina, because I don't know how good the defense is compared to last season. That was one of the worst defenses last year. Charlotte was, the Carolina Panthers, should I say. He does good with the Panthers, depending on what first team defense they're going to put out there. And I'm pretty sure J.C. Horn might play. Like I said, they got, especially Carolina, that defense need to build some chemistry, because they were one of the worst defenses in the league. So, like I said, if he balls out in front of them, against them, they're going to pretty much, he going to put it on tape, and they're going to go around the other league, all around the other teams in the league, so they give them a chance to make their decision if he does get waived or he does get traded or things like that. But most likely think he's going to do pretty well tonight. He's going to have nerves, jitters. He's going to get a few sacks. He's going to throw some bad balls. Like I said, I'm rooting for him. I ain't expecting him to throw a 300-yard game in his first time out there. But as long as he plays to his strength, being a high completion percentage quarterback and play within the lines of the game and make some smart completions or no, don't throw in a double coverage. And like I said, he don't take no sacks. I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the biggest things. Other than that, I mean, that's my thing. And hopefully on my next podcast, we're going to talk about the statistics and how he looks against the Carolina's defense. The next big topic we're going to talk about the best helmets in college football. College football season is coming up. I'm thinking about the helmets. The college football season is about a week away. About a week away. We about a week and a half away. So speaking of that, so here's the helmets I think personally that I like. Oregon's number one on my list. They got any other all the helmets, they are fire. They like one of the best helmets in college football. And I think number two, my team, Florida State. I think Florida State got one of the best helmets too, especially with that spear and that gold. It pops off. And number three, something about that golden shine of the Notre Dame helmets. I like those. I like Ohio State because I like how they put Ohio State's number 4 on my list, and I like how they got the little stickers and stuff. How they make their own design, the silver and the red and gray, and sometimes they got an alternate with a black the mask on it. It's one of the best helmets too. It pops too. LSU, I like those because the yellow and purple it's iconic because the LSU and the yellow, that's like you thinking about the names they came through there, like the Joe Burrows, the Jamar Chase, the Justin Jeffersons, the Leonard Fournettes, the Kansas City running back. I forgot his name. Kalair. There's a lot of guys coming in. The offensive tackles, the defense end, Marcus Spears. It's a couple of guys. That made me think of the LSU helmets. The next best helmet, the sixth one, Michigan. Michigan is an iconic helmet because of the stripe, the blue and the yellow stripes. Like I said, it's just like LSU and all the other name places like Florida State. Because you think about the players in the helmet, and Ohio State and their helmets. You're thinking about the players and things like that when it comes to mind of those helmets. Texas is number 7 on my list. It's they're white and the burnt orange. You ain't gonna miss those. It's iconic because of all the players and stuff. Like it's very original, but you never forget what that helmet stands for. You got Ricky Williams, Vince Young, Ward Williams, the other Ward Williams, the Arch Mannings, the Queen Ewers. So it's a couple of guys. I'm just naming a few. USC, that burgundy, that yellow, and the Trojan logo on there. I like those helmets too. Like I said, a lot of big names came out there. I just like how it's shiny and how it looks in the uniforms and stuff. It didn't like the uniforms like LSU and the Alabamas and the USC. Their helmets and their uniforms don't even change that much. So that's what make it iconic to me. Alabama's number 9 on this. It's almost the same thing as it's almost the same thing about the Texas, the Alabamas, the Michigans, and they uniforms and stuff really don't change much as at all. They keep it basic. And the same thing for Penn State too. They real basic looking, but you just never forget the iconic players that played with the helmet on, things like that. Ole Miss. Ole Miss is my last one, but I like the Power Blues. The Power Blue to me is one of the best helmets out of all the Ole Miss helmets. It pops. You just like it's almost like looking at UNC uniform or college basketball. That Power Blue and that Baby Blue just jumps out to you. Those are my top 10. I would like the fans tell me they top 10 helmets or the best helmets ever, whatever you think it is. The last important thing, I'm going to go a little long with it on this one. So, if you had to be a pro athlete in any sport, which you would be? See, I'm a poster, man. I'm a poster. But I had NBA journey, so I would say basketball. But if I had to think about it again, I'd rather be a center fielder in the major leagues. The money, you don't get if you're a big star like Derek Jeter, Shohei, Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds, players like that, you get recognized. But most baseball players don't get recognized on the street. That's the coolest thing about it. Unless your contract was popped on Sports Center or Fox Sports, and they look at it, it's like, damn, a 12-year deal worth $400 million. They be like, they gonna know you in the street because you the $400 million man. That's another thing I would say about baseball. You don't get as recognized, but the contract might get you in the forefront with how much money you made and stuff like that. Plus, only downfall is about being a baseball player, but outside the money and the games, you get to play 162 games, then you'll play like maybe 5-6 months out the year, and you done 3-4 months, and you just chill. But the thing about baseball, the downside about it is, it's a hard sport to play, and plus, hitting baseball ain't no joke. When I played organized baseball until I was 10, and I had to quit. Couldn't hit baseball. But like I said, it's stressful because you never know when that day is coming of you might go into a hitting slump, or your team on a 20-game losing streak, or you might be in a 15-day deal just because you tweak a muscle or something like that. It's hard to get acclimated and stuff like that. Once you, especially in one mode, it got a lot of highs and lows too, because one minute you batting 350 and the next minute you batting 150. And you like, damn, I've been batting 150 for like 2 months. I can't hit a lick. And then, depending on what your situation is, you might get set down just because you couldn't hit, or some other things. But other than that, I mean, I choose baseball. If I choose another sport, I would say basketball, and I think soccer would be the next one. But I would say basketball is my next thing because I love playing basketball. If I had to play, I'd be a guard, really. But I like the fact of the game. It's cool because you get recognized. Even though you might be a bum on the end of the bench, or you might play college basketball back in the day, and at that school you were a legend. People still recognize you. Don't matter how much money you make, they gonna know you. And just like basketball, just like baseball, they got some good contracts, and the CBA is good. even though they might get raked over sometimes. Not like the major league. That's another thing about being a baseball player. You get a pension. The pension in the health system is like 81 compared to other sports too. So basketball, like you said, you get known globally. You get to go to China and play guys in China. You know, you get shoes. You get be on commercials. The difference between basketball and baseball players are a little bit more low key than NBA players because they don't get the commercials and stuff like they did in the late 90s for Ken Griffey Jr. and Dion when he played both sports, and Bo when he played both sports, or Barry Bonds and stuff like that. It's rarely for them to get like commercials and shoe deals and stuff like that. But like I said, it's more a low-key sport. And that's the reason why I pick baseball, because low-key for me is more my personality more than being out, being seen and unheard. But other than that, that's it for me. This your boy Chris. Episode 7. Check it out. Like and subscribe. Hit YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music. Anything my podcast pop up on, listen and enjoy. Leave a comment and subscribe. Your show is my show, and I'm doing it for the fans. And plus on that, just like I said, leave a comment and let me know what I need to do better, because I'm working every day to get better and better. And I'm trying to push out more episodes than I can. But like I said, I got life too, you know, being a mailman and stuff like that. So enjoy. Peace.